got the horse to do it today if he can just get the right situation.
Yeah, he's been strong all day long, and people are predicting, hey, it's not going to be long till he'll win. Here's a battle between Derek Cope and Kyle Petty. Cope's car has been really going high the last few laps. He was up there in about 8th position, but now has dropped back to the 10th position.
Although the first 5 are running in a draft nose to tail, there is some side-by-side action here with Ernie Irvin and Alan Kowicki, among others, using the low side.
Make that 9th for Derek Cope. Kyle Petty is in 10th now.
And so Ernie Irvin, the pole sitter, just briefly on the inside of Jeff Bodine. We're right on top of Jeff Bodine's car, the roof cam.
He's got Rick Mance behind him, and behind Ernie Irvin is Alan Kowicki. Charlie Ballenbach drafting on Alan.
Ernie has been running that low line. He picked up a couple positions a while ago, but then now he's losing the back as those other drivers running that high line just have such a good run coming off the turn. Their RPMs are up, car's not pinched down as much, and they're able to pull up.
There's Dick Trickle also running in that group, along with Brett Bodine and King Richard Petty. Ted Musgrave having some trouble as that car has slowed.
And it looks like he's coming into the pits, and he has driven a great race today. Ted Musgrave, who was a rookie last year, finished second to Bobby Hamilton in the rookie standing, but he's been up there in the lead lap all day long. But now, unfortunately, it looks like he'll go a lap down. The Jasper engines.
That's what it looked like to me, the right front tire. So see how low it is.
You can see it flapping.
You can see it flapping now. You can see how low the right side was.
That's great. Let's go to the pits and John Kerner.
Benny, you have got sharp eyes. Sharp as an eagle, as my mother always says. Yes, the right front tire is shredded, and he will come down pit road and likely will lose a lap. I was talking with him earlier today. He said, man, he said, I would love to have a top 5 finish. But there goes Davey Allison in that front draft of 5 cars as Ted heads down pit road.
Losing a lap to the first 5. Yeah, for an old guy, he got pretty good eyes there. We'll take another break and then come back with a field summary from the Winston 500 at Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama. We'll be right back. There they are, the top 5 still running in the draft.
Still running in the same position. They haven't changed yet. They still got about 24 laps to go, Bob. So I guess they're going to be content here just to run on 25 laps, actually, when they came by that time.
I thought maybe you were using Bob's calculator there for a minute yet.
No, my head brain paid.
It's catching. Here's the Autolite field summary that we promised you. That's how they were running last lap. The second 5. Marlin and Martin Wallace. Then 11 through 15, including Dale Jarrett and Dick Trickle.
That's wrong. Dale Jarrett has been in 8th place for the last 10 laps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe his score down there is hitting the button a little later.
Yeah, that could be. And this, of course, is taken from the scoring stand, and it depends on when they hit that button when you come by. And they're about from 6th place through about 20th place. They're all running in a line back there.
So that could really truly be just when they hit the button as the cars went by.
I just had to come up for Dale.
To his defense.
There he is, running right. Mark Martin is pulling this group. Rusty Wallace is in 7th place. Jarrett's 8th. Derek Cope there, right there in 9th. And behind him is Jeff Bodine. You can see what a line of cars. All of those cars are in the lead lap. That is 6th through 20th. I think we have 21 cars now in the lead lap. We're showing 20 cars in the lead lap.
Yeah, Dave Mater, the 9 car, is the last car on the lead lap. And here's Kyle Petty trying to go on the outside of Mast, and he may have Mast on the outside, right?
Oh, yeah.
Richard Petty, the king, is right in that group of cars. He stayed in the lead lap all day. I'll tell you, it's been a while since Richard has been in the lead lap at the end of the race. It's good to see him up there running, staying in the lead lap.
Well, the last 3 short tracks we've done, Bristol, North Wilkesboro, and Martinsville, that just early on, the first few laps, Richard had some problems, and 3 races in a row.
Okay, that's the battle for the last place on the lead lap. Dave Mater looked like was trying to pass Richard Petty there and take over that 19th or 20th position.
That's how much racetrack there is between that group and the 5 that are running up front.
Ricky Rudd's going 2 laps down now.
He cut a tire, hit the wall, and slid down the banking a few laps ago.
Well, that's a tough break for him. He was in 2nd place when that happened, and now he's just going
blue car that we saw was Dave Marcus. He's still in the race. As Ned said, the STG car. That's in Huntsville, Alabama.
Southeast Technical Group.
They're all trying to figure out, now, what can I do to win this race? That's exactly what's going through every one of their minds is, what can I do? Do I need to team up with, Sterling Marlin says, do I need to team up with Morgan, or when he moves out, do I need to go and get on Earnhardt? And Earnhardt's, they're all trying to figure out, what do I need to do?
We're getting an interval here from the speed shot. 2.4 seconds. That was back to that Dave Marcus and Ricky Rudd. Here comes the picture from the car.
Yeah, they're continuously losing ground to that top 5.
I raced down here since 1970 through 1988, and I was in this position several times. I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 times. I was in exactly this position, trying to figure out right now, what do I need to do? And you know what? I never figured it out. Everybody says, how do you win at Talladega? I don't have a clue.
You got to, whatever circumstances present themselves on that last lap or the last couple of laps, and you try to take advantage of them. And
of course, most of your races were without restrictor plates, right?
Yeah, that's most of them.
Now did you run with the restrictor plates?
I did. Back in the early 70s, we had restrictor plates, and then in 1987, once again, we had restrictor plates.
Now here's from the lead group back to the second pack, 11.4 seconds.
That second group is big. Look at it. There it is.
Wow. Ooh, Ernie Urban and Cope get together a little bit. Ernie's still running that bottom line down there. He and Alan Kowicki are determined to stay down there and try to pass those guys on the bottom.
This has been an amazingly safe race. Charlie Glotzback has had the most serious contact with any wall, and he's okay. Ricky Rudd, the only other one. Back in a moment.
$18 laps to go in the Winston 500 from Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama. It's Davey Allison, Bill Elliott, Dale Earnhardt, Morgan Shepherd, and Sterling Marlin, the top 5 running in a draft. And the Western Auto mechanic of the race is Mike Beam from Sterling Marlin's crew.
Crew chief on the Maxwell House Ford Thunderbird out of Junior Johnson's shop.
All those points, of course, accumulate during the year to the Western Auto Mechanic of the Year award that will be handed out at the NASCAR banquet in New York City in December.
That's Harry Gant, last year's winner, the Skoal Bandit, going another lap down. He's now 2 laps down, and it's just amazing what wind tunnel time means. This car was put together, as they said earlier, I think Jerry or John said, put together, didn't have a chance to take it to wind tunnel and work out the small details, and rendered the car uncompetitive today.
Yeah, he just was not competitive from the drop of the green flag and is in 26th position.
Still 20 cars in the lead lap. There are 5 of them.
Can't even hang on to the lead draft here.
Inside Morgan Shepherd's car once again, the Citgo Ford Wood Brothers shop out of Stewart, Virginia. Guys are not running as close as you can, but they're probably backing up just a little bit and keeping the engine as cool as they can, getting as much air as possible through the grill, but yet try to get the maximum speed out of the car.
Well, there has been some jockeying going on back there from the 6th place on back. These 5 cars have been content just to sit there and run for, what, 25 or so laps. Now, but that group behind them has sure been doing some jockeying around. Still trying to figure it out, Benny, what they want to do. It's not time yet, though. They still got, they're working the 174th lap now, and the race is 188, so they got 14 more laps to go.
Yep. Dale Earnhardt's record here at Talladega is impressive. 26 starts, 5 wins, 12 top 5s, and as we came into this event, had won 3 of the last 4. Took over the Winston Cup points lead after this race in 1991, and he never let go of it.
So obviously he knows what to do on that last lap. Winning the thing 5 times.
That is going to be a scramble on that last lap.
Percentage-wise, you would think that the Ford win streak is going to continue because Dale is carrying the GM banner all alone in those top 5. But hey, you never know what's going to happen here in the last few laps.
Well, that's right. Remember, Davey Allison beat him yesterday in the IROC race by about 3 or 4 feet. So, good to see a replay of that.